Hi everyone, it's Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts, and I'm starting my series. I'll probably do maybe 10 Mother's Day cards, and this will be my first one. Now, I actually was having a hard time getting the creative juices flowing, so what I do when that happens is I grab my card magazines or I go online, and I was inspired by this design from the Northridge Publishing, and it's northridgepublishing.com, and I'll put that on my screen there. It's a little different, but like I said, it inspired me with the heat embossing and that kind of thing. So it's the April 2013 magazine, card magazine. All right, so let's get started. I'm using the Recollections craft cardstock, and it's this one here, and it comes with the envelopes, and it's not quite an A2 size card. It is 5.5 by 4. I'm using a sheet of paper from the Hip Hip Hooray paper pad from AC Moore. I'm not AC Moore, sorry, American Crafts. Where did I get AC Moore from? That's funny. It's actually supposed to be maybe like a birthday stack, but I found some yellow paper in here that I liked, so we're going to go for that. I'm using one of my avocado art stamps. I liked this real subtle Happy Mother's Day. And I'm going to be using some pearls from Recollections and some green jewels from TPC Studio. All right, let's go ahead and get our embossing done first. Now, I noticed on these craft cards from Recollections is, even though as hard as I score it, it keeps popping up. So just keep that in mind when I'm doing this. Try to get it down as much as I can. We'll go with that. And I'm noticing this has got a little flaw in it, so let's flip it over. Okay, so Versamark Dazzle Frost. And these flower stamps I actually have had in my collection for about 3-4 years. Probably, I'm going to say they're Recollections, because I first started out buying lots of my stuff at Michael's. And I do this up real good because it's got a lot of nooks and crannies, and I want it to be able to emboss it really deeply. So that one there, and I'm going to extend it up just a little bit. About right there. I'm trying to fill, maybe 3/4 of it so we can put the flowers in this corner here. I'm going to flip it. I'm using the same acrylic stamp holder. This one's just a little bit different. I'm just going to come about right here and extend that there. And then I have little scrap paper here. I'm going to slide this under because I want to use this, but I'm going to stamp off a little bit, which is okay, but I'm going to have it this way. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really stamping hard. Okay, and then my flowers are going to go here. Not sure if that one came through. I'm at an odd angle. I'm not stamping straight down because of the camera. Alright, so let's set that aside. We're going to be using some Stupendous embossing powder. I bought this at an expo that I went to a couple years ago. At this point, I am going to open it up. And it's okay to use a lot. Actually have my snappy tray again that I bought at an expo that I absolutely love. It's got a spout on it. Okay, I wish I could rewind and do over, because one thing that I neglected to do, which is really important, I found, is to use your embossing buddy first, because I'm already seeing how it's stuck to the card in the areas that I don't want it. So I'm going to brush it off as best I can. Just kind of try to redefine it. Let me get my smaller paint brush here so I can get in between the lines that I did not want. So if you've ever had this problem where you do forget to get the static out of your card, this does work. All right, set that aside, and this as well, because we're about to heat emboss it. We don't want our powder flying all over the place. All right, here we go. Look at how nicely that dimension comes up with these embossing powders. Excuse me. Okay. All right, so that's that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put our little flowers on, and I'm going to go ahead and use some score tape. I think it holds cloth type flowers on very well. And I got these flowers from the dollar bin at Michael's. This is what they look like here, and they were $1.50. So, it's not really $1, right? Alright, so we're going to put on a gold one. And that's going to go about right there. And then I threw in a green, and with this type of flower design, this is the only green that I had. I've been using these up, so it almost looks like it should be coming from Christmas, right? Okay, I'm going to lay that right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a bright yellow one on as well. I'm actually going to cover up that little ooey right there. Excellent. Okay, done with the score tape. Now, excuse me, from that paper pack, I cut a 3/4 of an inch strip. I'm going to get my tuxedo black, set this aside for a second, and I'm going to stamp the Happy Mother's Day on here. And then on the end of it, I'm going to do the ribbon cut. And I'm going to just do this by hand. Try to get it in the middle as much as I can and as straight as I can. Set that aside. And then I'm going to want, let's do a quick measurement. That's 2.5. So we're going to go here to our 2.5. And don't want to cut that crooked. And then do our little ribbon cut. And I'm going to pop this up. Just using some foam dimensionals. And I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to pick up the flower. Goodness, I have morning voice. Froggies. I'm going to pick up this flower like so, and I'm going to bring it over the tag. Instead of hiding the flowers behind the tag. My tweezers, man, I really depend on them because of my nails. I can't pick up thin stuff with my nails. Okay, let's readjust this so that it's even. bring our flower down. Okay, I'm going to do something on the inside, which I've been trying to do more often. I just think it finishes off the card, but I sometimes forget, and I just leave it blank. Excuse me. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and do the inside. And this is actually cut at 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then this is cut at 5 by 3 1/2. Like I said, it's not a regular A2 size card, so put this like this. All right. So I have a little bit of extra left over from my ribbon that I called it, and I'm just going to use my EK Success, back up Fiskars flower punch. I'm going to punch out 3 flowers. 1, 2, 3. Get my tweezers here. Yellow happens to be my very favorite all-time color. Bring that down a little bit. So, yes, I would be very happy if I got this card. And then we're going to come over and get our bling bling. I'm going to use the darker color and just give it a middle. Oops. Didn't give my glue enough time to dry, did I? But I'll tell you, once it dries, it dries. Okay, now I'm going to go back up to the front. I'm not going to crumple that in the video here. I didn't put my pearls on the front because I wanted my embossing powder to dry a little better. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to use this size here. I don't want to use this size. Alright, so that is my Mother's Day card, my very first one. And I love the colors. The craft cardstock is always just so adorable when you're making cards. You can do a lot of things with this. So that's the inside. Alright, thanks all for watching. Leave your comments if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye-bye.